Check, check. Mic check. Okay, mic is good. Uh, Switched out of full screen mode for a second there. Don't seem to have the game audio though. And this is why I started checking. Why isn't the game audio coming through? I hate when it does shit like this. I didn't change any of my damn settings. Also, I have a bit of a sore throat today. Okay, mic's still registering. Because I can hear the audio in my headset, but it's not coming through OBS. Oh, there it goes. Huh, that's weird. Alright, sorry about that. I don't know why I couldn't hear it properly through the channel, but it's coming in through now, so that's the important thing. Anyways, we're picking up where we left off today. We had beaten Seath the Scaleless last time after clearing Sen's Fortress in Orlando. We had beaten the Four Kings and met Koth the Darkstalker, who told us that basically everything Frampt said in the first playthrough was, is the remastered version worth getting? I would say it is worth getting for the community aspect. It is just because there's been a resurgence and the dedicated servers make it connecting with people a lot easier. And then, furthermore, there's a lot of quality of life fixes that just make that just on top of that. But the community is, I would say, the #1 reason to get it. For PC, I got it half off because I already had the Prepare to Die edition. So if you're not in that boat, I would say wait for a price drop. But the dedicated servers and the increased connectivity is, I feel, definitely worth it. What level am I up to here? 109. Alright. So we're going to plow through Demon Ruins and get... because we've got 2 more Lord Souls to pick up. The Witch of Izalith from Bed of Chaos and... and the other one, Nito, First of the Dead. So once we get those, we can move on to Gwyn, and we can get the alternate ending, and then that will be the end of Carl's adventure, because we'll have gotten through both endings, we'll have killed every boss. In New Game, we kind of sped through New Game Plus to show you the alternate ending. Plus, I also wasn't ready to do a speed run on camera yet. I have started practicing that, though. It's interesting. The things that I'm learning and picking up along the way, and the things that I'm realizing I suck at. Let's see here. We'll go back to the Wolf Ring. That was a good one. And then we didn't have quite enough endurance yet to put on the giant wristbands, but we do have the giant leggings on, so we've got... I hope I answered your question sufficiently there, Panda. Oh, and yes, before I go any further, shout out to... We got 2 new followers, the Rutherford and Shadowkick. So shout out to you guys, thanks for following. Okay. There's the lava spew, and running. Running. Yeah, I think he's actually fireproof too, so the crossbow's not going to help me very much. I did like this build, though, getting the crossbow and claymore together. It worked out really well in a lot of places. I'm starting to think that making the crossbow fire elemental might have been a mistake, but I had the necessary upgrade materials to make it work, so that's what I went for. Alright. And we're not going to bother with the humanity grind, we're just going to take Gwyn on normally. Alright, Ceaseless. Come on. Come here. And jump for it. Woo! There he goes. So yeah, you can even do this barehanded because it's not once you've gotten him to grab onto the ledge. It's based on the number of times you hit him, not how much damage you're actually doing. So that was a speedrun thing I picked up as well. Is you slap him with your bare hand because the attack speed is higher than swinging most normal weapons. Okay, and we got another 40,000 souls. So I guess we're getting to the point where things are only worth double their original value instead of triple. Or maybe that's just bosses. I don't remember. I think it might be different for every enemy. Anyway, that was painless, so... we are gonna slide down here. And top up while I'm at it. And one thing that also doesn't carry over to New Game Plus, even though it's not a key item, is the Rusted Orange Ring. So the one that gives you lava protection, you have to kill the Centipede Demon again to get it back. Hey, buddy. Whoosh. Yep. I didn't mean to kick. Thank you. Bye-bye. Moving right along. So yeah, just the Izalith boss rush. Am I gonna get Shadow's Dyke twice? Sekiro. I think From Software, as a developer, you know, has proven that they're worth keeping tabs on. Learning that it wasn't technically a Souls game was interesting, but at the same time, they do good material when they switch to new IP. Like, the first Dark Souls is definitely better than 2 and 3. Bloodborne is, I think, better than Dark Souls 2 and 3. So the fact that it's a new IP from a developer that I think is doing a really good job, yes, I will probably get it. Because it will be interesting to see them try something different. Need him out of the way so I can tag that bonfire. Okay, yeah, I'm sure that was exciting to watch. Just pegging the guy with crossbows. I do have a couple well, I've still got 13 Estus. I think I'll be fine. Demon Fire Sage shouldn't be too much of a problem. Excuse me. Pardon me. Coming through. Easy peasy. You know what? I probably had enough souls to level up there, but forget it. We'll do it after this boss. And you two, I'm just gonna... Through we go. I meant to roll there, not jump. Okay, there's the... Okay, there we go. That was a little closer than I would have liked. Alright, well, he's butt stomping. Let's top up here. And again. Yep, if I can just keep him looping like this, this will be no problem. Oh, nope, there's the explodey. Let's get back. Okay, we're good. Oh, no, he's doing it again. Yeah, and like I said, I do love how much easier it is to see the blast radius of that explosion in the remaster. So, it is... You know, am I going to stream Shadows Die twice? That's a good question. Perhaps. Did they have a release date for it yet, or no? I didn't pay a lot of attention to E3. I'll come right out and admit it. The next thing that I was planning on adding to my stream list, well, I was actually thinking of doing some random survival challenges, like, well, no, I found out that my computer couldn't handle streaming Doom 2016, but maybe a Subnautica playthrough or a Terraria playthrough on the you only get one life difficulties. Terraria is my most played... Oh, right, leveling up. Is my most played Steam game with something around 1,300 hours on it. Oh, I can only get one. Yeah, I said I was going to keep putting up endurance to try and get to the point where I could also wear the giant gauntlets. But not the shirt, because Carl needs no shirt. We've established this. Carl needs no shirt. Carl needs no shield. Carl's just pretty great by himself. Alright, and I'm also going to switch to the lightning bolts, because the fire damage on the crossbow, the centipede demon is just going to be immune to. Okay, so they don't have a release date for Shadows Die Twice. I think it looks kind of neat, and the fact that it is not an RPG-style game certainly carries some interest, because like I said, they've done really well anytime that they bring out a new IP. Because yes, Bloodborne was kind of just another Souls game, but by changing the mythos and the aesthetic, they made the best game since the first Dark Souls. So, and now they're switching to a new theme, a new aesthetic. Oh, right, I should be popping with crossbow bolts when he does that. Okay, that's respectable, actually. Okay, so that's gonna get us the orange charred ring. I want to kill this thing. Ow. Ow. Okay, we're fine. Oh crap, oh crap, oh crap, oh crap. Please put me down. Please put me down. Thank you. Okay, so we're gonna top up before he starts doing any crazy shit. Okay, there we go. I wanted his ankle. Oh, jeez. Okay, and we're in the schmutz. We're in the schmutz. That's not good. Okay, we're fine. Ow. We're not fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Ow. Well, at least I didn't get hit by that. Where's he coming down? I think he actually goes through the ceiling and you can't see where he's coming down. As long as I can keep hitting his elbow. His, elbow? Ankle. Elbow... Ow! It's fine, we got it. Okay, and then... orange charred ring for lava protection. I don't know how many souls this guy's actually worth. Anyway. I make it look a little easier than it is. But anyways, like I said, other streams that I'm looking to do in the future are some survival challenges. Solair's not here because we didn't talk to him in Orlando. Well, my flasks are restored when I get to the bonfire, not after I kill the boss. But I don't know, how much Dark Souls have you played, Panda? Do you know? Oh, I see the... Hang on, the stream is... getting a little choppy. Okay, there it goes. It's probably because of the lava graphics. But anyways, yes, resting at the bonfire is where you get your Estus back, and then the more you've kindled the bonfire, the more Estus you get out of it. So we're gonna grab these. Start running. I'm lava-proof. Yeah, it's doing it again. I think this area is kind of problematic for frame rates, at least when streaming. I'm not having any frame rate drops, but the stream is. And I think that has largely to do with the fact that there's so many of those big-ass undead dragon butts lying around. And also, I think that Dragon Butt just stomped on the, whoa. Shit. Fine, we're fine. Everything's fine. We're all fine. How are you? Alright, so good time on the demons. Now we just need to deal with the mother of all demons, the Bed of Chaos. And I've still got my... oh, I can take those off, and I've got lots of homeward bones, so we're good there. Alright, so we're gonna slip in here. And I know I kindled this, even though it doesn't really matter that much. But anyways, let's go. Oh, before I start strutting across the lava again, I do have enough for one more level, so let's grab that. And then and it's already fully kindled, so we're fine there. And I've seen it played. You do play Nioh. I have never actually played Nioh. I know it's a Souls-like game. Is there a name for that yet? Like, so, did Soulsy catch on? Souls-like? I'm not sure. I haven't tried Nioh. I've heard it's faster than Dark Souls, but slower than Blood. Oh, I was gonna repair my items at the bonfire. Oh well. I've heard it's slower than Bloodborne, but faster than Dark Souls, with an Asian setting. The one thing that kind of made me a little unsure about trying it out was being told about the level design, and how it's kind of bland and samey compared to the complex, varied, and interwoven environments of Dark Souls. That I've heard but yeah, that's basically what I've heard on Nioh. Is Nioh, however you say it. I've heard that combat is fun, environment's little samey. Got snagged on the geometry of that staircase there. Okay. Yeah, I think this place is kind of bad for frame rates. Hey now. Ow! Okay, that was not how that was supposed to go here. Nope, not. Shit. I didn't interrupt her fast enough. Woo! Oh god. Jesus. Nope, please don't do that. Okay. That was a little more harrowing than normally. Oh, jeez, this stream is getting real choppy when she does that. Ugh. Sorry about the choppiness there, folks. I wasn't anticipating it. Anyways, Bed of Chaos, also known as the worst boss in the game, which I have mentioned when we were here in New Game, that the developers actually went on record apologizing for this boss because it was the last one that they did, and they got rushed to finish a deadline. And I didn't come equipped with the fire bombs and bow that you need to do the cheese, so we're just gonna use homeward bombs instead. Can I just roll through those, or do I have to? No, I have to chop them. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know. I may try Nioh on some at some point if it goes on sale. I'm not sure what the price of it is right now. Oh, yes. Speaking of what I was saying earlier about other streams I want to do some survival challenges in Subnautica or Terraria. And because a friend of mine requested it, I was planning to get into the Yakuza series, and I recently purchased Yakuza Kiwami, which is a remake of the first one on PS4. So I had wanted to try learning how to stream from my PS4, kind of see how it goes, and if it's any good, or if I'm just better off doing it from my computer here, like I have been doing. But I wanted to try that, and he wanted to also see a Yakuza game. I picked up my desire to play the Yakuza series, and I will come right out and say it, watching Yahtzee of Zero Punctuation the week that he reviewed Yakuza 6. I watched it, I tuned in, and I had a fucking riot. What? Ow. Ow, why can't I get over that? What the fuck? What was that about? Yeah, so when I started streaming Subnautica on my channel here, I was planning to stream my first ever playthrough of that game, but then I didn't because I played it for the first time on stream, got addicted, and then went on to play like 60 hours on my own that was not on stream. So I was thinking this time with the Yakuza, I would actually do what I said I was going to do for Subnautica and just only play it on stream so that people can be amused and get to watch me have reactions to doing everything for the first time. Because yeah, I've heard it's a really good series. I was trying for a long time to find Yakuza 0, but nobody ever seemed to have it in stock. But then I was actually, it was kind of a happenstance that it happened this way. I was at Walmart and I saw that they had wait for the sweep. Come on. Maybe I should have gone there. Okay, there's the sweep, and we jump, roll. Okay, that was close. Okay, made it. Come on. There it goes. Okay, and we're gonna bone out. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that online shopping is a thing. I don't know why. So let's repair my stuff. Make sure everything's in tip-top shape here. Yeah, that stuff was starting to get pretty damaged. Because it doesn't matter where on you you're wearing it, running through lava can damage all of your equipment. Just like as if you took damage with it. Okay, so I'll keep that in mind if I ever want to move on to Yakuza 0, because that one seems to be the one that a lot of people recommend. It's like 0 and 4 I hear a lot of good things about, and 6 I heard was basically lacking compared to those entries. But what I have right now, because I found it at Walmart, by sheer stroke of luck that I noticed it on a shelf, was that they had the remake of the first one, and if I couldn't do 0, then that seems as good a place as any to get into the series. What I'm going to be doing after this adventure concludes in the same time slot, probably, is switching over to a Soul Level 1 run, because I've always wanted to do that and kind of get good in that respect, and complete the game start to finish at level 1. And still debating on whether or not I want to do all bosses with it, including the DLC. I guess it'll kind of depend on how I'm feeling, and also how I'm doing with my speedrun practice, because I figured that a successful speedrun of around 2 hours would be a fitting send-off for... Oh, watch out, there's the swoopies. Ow, I'm okay. Shit, that didn't collapse properly. Okay, there we go. No, that's fine, I can take that. Okay, and drink. Okay, that's what we wanted. Yeah, and the real reason why this boss sucks is because it's a platforming challenge in a game that is not a platformer. And like I said, I'm willing to forgive it because there are ways to cheese it, and the developers have gone on record apologizing for it not being very good. So, on the whole, it doesn't stop the game in general from being really good. Okay, so now we just need to go back to Firelink Shrine. Did I pick up a... No, I still haven't picked up a 7th Firekeeper Soul. Oh well, this is the last episode of this stream, probably, so I guess that's not the end of the world. Oh, I can grab I can grab 2 levels, actually. How are we doing on weight capacity? Oh, and, okay. Did I buy the weaponsmith box? I did. Okay, good, because I am going to want to max out. So I have 2 chunks. I think I need 3, but I have the slab. I want to max out my Divine Zweihander for dealing with the catacombs. So we are... Whoops. We are going to equip that for when we go down into the catacombs, and we're going to take the shortcuts this time. I can still fast roll with that. Nope, that puts us in medium roll. So clearly we don't have enough endurance yet. But that's fine. I can tolerate a medium roll. Actually, what I can do instead is forget the wolf ring and put on Havel's ring. There we go. Now we're back to fast. Oop, that's not the right way. So now we've got our Divine Zweihander, which will be useful for keeping those skeletons. Yeah. Well, thankfully, this will not actually kill me. But that was an oopsie. Yeah. So yeah, even after Frampt is gone because he didn't like me talking to Kath, who is probably still in the Abyss, so we are gonna work back to Firelink Shrine. Oopsie. Yes. And a big part of why, and I've personally gone on record on this stream previously as saying that Dark Souls 2 does not live up to the pedigree of the other games. Some people would say the same about Dark Souls 3, and I can see where they're coming from. I did like Dark Souls 3 better than Dark Souls 2. Dark Souls 2 was very rushed. Miyazaki was not directly involved with it. It just had a lot of problems and some gameplay design decisions that kind of made it more of a hassle. And I think really the best way that I can put this is that Dark Souls as a series, it does beat the crap out of you, but it kind of drives you to want to continue and strive to overcome its obstacles. Dark Souls 2 does not have that. Dark Souls 2 consistently makes me want to not continue playing. And I think that really sums it up best. Pardon me, Mr. Skeleton. Okay, and I want to go around this way and deal with the Necromancer. Okay, he's done. And I think the skeletons have gotten stuck. Oh, that was nice of him, dropping the skull lantern right away. Okay. And I'm actually going to reverse hollowing, because we're doing this the fast way. So I'm going to reverse hollowing, and we're going to kindle... Oh, that's right, I haven't actually killed Pinwheel, so I can't kindle it further. Oh well, we tagged the bonfire, and that's the important thing. But now that I've restored my humanity without kindling the bonfire, probably Demon Souls. I do have Demon Souls on the PS3. I've managed to find it at a con once. Right here. Oh, I hope I did that right. Okay. Whew. Made it. We're good. And then, okay. And you can sit down. Alright, and we're going to summon Leroy to deal with the wheel skeletons because they suck and I hate them. I can hear them just whirling away down there. I'm just going to gently pop down here. Ow. Don't know how he clipped me there. Alright, Leroy. Go and do your thing. Come on. Do your thing, Leroy. Go down there. There you go. Thank you. Thank you, Leroy. You have served your purpose. Sorry, I didn't finish answering your question. I have Demon Souls on my PS3, but when I tried to play it before, they were shutting down the servers, and it had... everyone had swarmed back to it to do one last playthrough, and the frame rates were awful, and I kept getting glitches, and it was unfortunately unplayable. I have been meaning to go back and play it just because to support the developer as well. Someone give Leroy chicken. Yeah, he is Paladin Leroy. I don't believe that he is Leroy Jenkins, though. Alright, time for Pinwheel. One of the easiest bosses. Provided you don't let yourself get swarmed by his, whoa. Okay, there we go. Here's the one. Okay, I'm kind of wishing I had kept my Claymore on. Forgot how heavy this Zweihander swings. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Leroy. You done good. Alright. Still. That was still fairly easy. And as you can see, that wall was moving to let you up at this staircase. The funny thing is that even though he helps you on this boss fight, if you try to go to Gravelord Nito, Paladin Leroy... Oh, right, I have to set myself up to do this. Where are they? I'm starting to see why speedrunners drop stuff that they're not using. Okay, there we go. Okay. And until we actually get to Nito, I'm gonna switch back to my... Oh, wow, that was fast. Hey there, buddy. I'm not sure what hit me there. Hey, dude. Come on. Yeah, he's getting ready to blast me with something. Ow! Okay. I'm okay with that so long as it interrupted his spellcasting. Whoops, and I'm probably dead. Oh well. Well, that's what I get for going into that, being human. So, yeah, and you're getting evicted, because I didn't invite you. You know, I thought for a sec... Oh, fuck. You know, I thought for a second, that I was actually going to be able to win that fight, but then I rolled off the edge. Yes, I have been invaded by a hacker once. And I know it was a hacker because I was killed by a fireball and infected with a parasite that can only... And I'm dead. So there go all those souls. Yes, I have one time been invaded by a hacker. My cord is caught here. Okay, there we go. So there go all those souls, but we're at the point where it's not going to make too much of a difference. But maybe I'm just not used to this Y-hander because when I was wielding it the last time I did a playthrough with it, I was two-handing it all the time rather than one-handing, so maybe that was my problem. Why I wasn't used to the swing on it. Alright, so we're gonna... Yeah, I wouldn't have been able to kindle the bonfire with that invader. Oh shit, now I'm gonna have to... Okay, he jumped off. That's fine. Okay. Okay, he's dead. And, can I drop on... Hey, you weren't invited here, pal. Whoa. Okay, this is where it's gonna get frustrating. Yeah, they don't have a lot of health, so... Okay, run! Yeah, this is the problem, is that now I had to do that again. Because he got me before I got the bonfire. And... Okay, there we go. So, we're clear. So until we get to Nito, I don't actually need the... I just need the divine weapon for during his boss fight. To kill the skeletons that respawn inside the boss fight. Okay. But yeah, once you know your way through it, you can do a lot of things relatively quickly. Did he just go off the... No, he didn't. There we go. Okay, that's him out of my way. Like I said, I haven't done the speedrunner practice in these areas. I've really only done the first parts of the game. But I have been practicing. And that was kind of my plan as my... and probably by the time my Soul Level 1 run is finished, I'll have gotten to the point where I feel comfortable doing that on camera, and that was probably how I was going to conclude my Dark Souls and move on to some other games. But this was always going to be the first game that I wanted to stream, because I really like this game, and I spent most of the first playthrough talking about the quality points of its level design, its monster designs, and just the quality of the lore and atmosphere that this game does better than either of its sequels. You can make an argument for Bloodborne being the best game in the series, and you would not be wrong, but I would say that Dark Souls 1 is my personal favorite. Yes, Patches. I am not a cleric. Tell me about that treasure. Hey, look at that. Look at that shiny treasure. I got a perfect triangle, too. Oops. Come on now, Patches. I feel like we've been here before. Anyways, as before, you can grab some souls and a skull lantern if you didn't pick one up already from the necromancers. Then here's Ray of Thurland, who I'm surprised to actually see down here, considering that I skipped past a lot of this stuff. I didn't even think these two would spawn down here. Ow. Okay, you know what? Okay, it's him done. Fix it. Ow. Let's not get too close to the nice lady, okay? Okay, a little too close for comfort there. There he is. I'm just gonna. Ow. There we go. So she gives me the miracle. And yeah, I want to gather up the soul items after that invader cost me all of them. Oh, white titanite chunk. I did need that as part of my... Ow. Actually, hang on. Before I go fighting those guys, they have a chance to drop more titanite chunks. So... more white titanite chunks, I should say. Which I'm going to need to get my divine weapon to +10. So I'm actually going to jack up my drop rate as much as I can here. There we go. And because I think I only needed like one or two more. Ow. I think I only needed one or two more from where I was. And if these guys don't drop it, the Halberd Black Knight after the fog wall damn it. You know, it's a situation like this that I wish I had my crossbow handy. But I took it off for the lamp. Gently now. There we go. And one more. Boom. Yeah, I could be doing this faster. I probably could have skipped this entirely. But whatever. We're doing good in terms of wanting to conclude the New Game Plus and get the alternate ending on this live stream, so I'm fine with that. You know what? Why don't we see how much this does? Not really a whole lot. Well, it's doing a quarter of its health at a time, so that's actually pretty respectable. Oh, and hey, an extra white. Whoops, I wanted my lantern. There we go. Ow. It's fine, we're fine. Yes, Dark Souls does do really great environmental storytelling. And just, you know, there's a lot of it hidden in item descriptions as well. But that really comes down to how much of it do you want to take the time to learn about. But there's so much that it says, and it is even better in the remaster for that, because, you know, a lot of things are prettier with the new texture improvements. Okay, so now, excuse me, I do not have enough for a level up. But I should have what I need to cap my sway, because I think I had it up to +8 before. I think I went too far. Because that's curved swords, great swords. There we go. And +10 Divine Zweihander, perfect. So that is going to come in handy when I fight Nito. I would say that the first Dark Souls is the best at it, with a reasonable argument for Bloodborne in terms of its more unique setting. And you know what? I don't really want to fight you. De-locked. Ouch. Why didn't he fall down? Sure would have been nice if he'd fallen down. Whoa. Okay. I hate these things so much. Because you gotta... No. They have such broad sweeps on their everything. Damn it. Mercifully, that's the only one we actually have to fight, because if we're doing this because if we do it the easy way, we can just skirt by the other ones. Hey, Patches. And yes, I will forgive you, as we're friends. Those. Because I don't want to fight this guy and the Black Knight at the same time. Ow. Fucks. I wonder if I can bait him off the edge here. Nope, apparently not. Damn it. And they're so hard to interrupt or stun lock. Definitely among the most annoying and worst enemies in the game. Okay, there we go. Made it look easy that time. Okay. So now, the Halberd Black Knight's gonna show up somewhere. I can just skirt around that one. I think I hear his footsteps, actually. Yeah, there he is. I was kind of circling around, so I would... This? There we go. You can back off while I heal. I don't know why that... Ow. Please don't do that. Bye. Sweet. That was generous of him. Although we didn't need the chunk because we've already got the +8. No, that leads to an item. And I still don't remember how to get the covetous silver serpent ring. There's a jump somewhere that you have to take to get to it. I don't think I've ever actually gotten it in this one. I know it's down here somewhere. Yeah, but even just the placement of corpses and the items that you find on them tell stories. Okay. So now we are en route to Brave Lord Nito. And I do not have enough souls. No, more chunks. I guess I didn't need to farm, but I forgot that one was also a chunk. Anyway. Moving right along. Oh. I think something fell off a ledge. Yeah, I got 2,000 souls for it. Sweet. Alright, and because... Okay, so we will take that off, switch back to my crossbow. Because it's easier to handle this ledge with it. Hey, where do you think you're going, you little bastard? I want your loot. Thank you. Okay, 1 and 2. Perfect. Scatter pieces ever. Oh, right, I didn't switch off the serpent ring. I would very much not like to not get knocked off the ledge, so let's put on the wolf ring. not using a thrusting... Well, it has a thrust attack, but it's not really a thrusting weapon, so the Leo ring's not really... Oh, cool. Heavy, then light. Oh, the archer's shooting me here. Alright, and just watch out. It's his buddy you gotta watch out for, because he tries to kick you off the ledge. Ow. Dude. Enough with the curb stomping. It's just not nice. Up here. There we go. And then you only really have to poke this guy once. Or... yeah, I guess he wasn't close enough to the edge. There we go. Alright, and I'm gonna save the top up. Oh! Cool. I've never actually had that drop before. I haven't tried to farm for it, but that's cool. Whoops. No, that wasn't what I wanted. Okay, so the mini pinheads, or pinwheels. Well, pinhead is a fair thing to call him. And you can just drop down there. We'll do one sip before I bust through here. And I will switch to... where is it? My Zweihander. Oh, right, I need to put Havel's ring on to actually use that. And still roll properly. Alright, so we're going to step into the boss. It was not a Murasama, it was, and I'll show it to you, it is a curved greatsword called the Murakumo. I don't actually, yeah, oh, I don't, oh, yeah, I'd have to two-hand it. Okay, so here, let me show you. So, it's that. It kind of is and isn't. It doesn't have a hilt guard, but it is a giant curved two-handed sword with a single edge. I've never actually tried using that one. I'm sure some other people know whether or not it's actually good. But we don't want the crossbow for this. We want the Zweihander. And I'm gonna... oh, I'm gonna get stabbed. Oh! Yeah, I should have waited till... whoop. There's... okay, yeah, it's the scream that clues you in. Hey now, play nice, gentlemen. Didn't quite kill him, but if I can just get one hit. Okay, now we can face Nito without the... ow! Whoop. Okay, and top up when I'm out of stamina. Swing it again. Hey, bada swing. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I think I'm stuck. Ah! Oh, fuck, the giant skeletons. And I... okay, I didn't get into their provoke range. Phew! Ow. I'm okay. I'm actually okay. I'm not terrible anyways. Now, nope, it was a bit premature. Okay, that's fine. I can tank the toxic. Woo. Okay, let's back up. Oh, I don't think I'm backed up far enough. I was not backed up far enough. That's fine, I'm already toxic, so whatever. That one, I don't want to get... oh god, I fucked up. Be gentle. Oh wow, he barely did anything. Must have... okay. It's cool, we got this. We got this. No, you don't. Want to bet? Not really. Oh, okay, now we're just gonna tiptoe away from you. Okay, there we go. Now, that wave attack actually kills his own minions, too, so if you are getting overwhelmed by them and don't have a divine weapon, you can rely on him to do that for you. But his attack does not keep them down the way a divine weapon will. And I'm still toxic, but that's not going to be bad enough to kill me before the fight's over. Take a sec to top up here. Woo! Boom! Wait. Okay, cool. Got him. And down he goes. Splat. Alright, yeah, I'm doing really good for time here. So, we will switch back to my weapon of choice. Whoops, wrong direction. 120,000 souls for that. So, I think we got some time to kill on the stream, because like I said, this was gonna be the capstone to Carl's playthrough, and we just have the final boss left. So I'm gonna warp to the Abyss. I'm pretty sure that after you've beaten the boss, yeah, okay, it doesn't insta-kill you if you're not wearing the ring, if you're part of the Dark Wraith Covenant. Or maybe it's just so long as you've already beaten the boss. I am not 100% sure. So we are actually at level 115. How many soul items can I burn here? So I've been rushing through New Game Plus to kind of get to the alternate ending, and I did all bosses on the original run-through. So let's see if I can grab another level out of these. I don't need 2 of those. Actually, I technically don't need any of these, because I'm already... I'm not making any of their weapons. But I think, if I can grab another level, I will go to the forest for a little while and fight some... Yes, this is of the first Dark Souls. Dark Souls 1. And it does include what was originally the DLC. Artorias of the Abyss, and that is not enough for a level. I think I needed like 80,000. Well, I know I'm not going to use this. Oh, that was only worth 1,200, that wasn't great. Well, this is used to make a catalyst, I'm not going to use that. And this is also used... I never actually knew how much this one was worth. 18,000. That's respectable. Okay, so I can grab one more. Okay. So the question is, was that enough to put on the heavy hands? How much room have I got? So one... Oh, I'm still wearing... Hang on. Well, actually, with Havel's ring, I can do it easily. But what is my poise if I do that without the wolf ring? 42, so I need the wolf ring to really make this work. Because you need 76 or more poise to basically be in peak PvP condition. That's 82, so we're good on that. But how's my weight? 112. Okay, so 31.6, I would need 124, 126.4. So that is actually nowhere near enough. So that's too bad. How are we doing? 61. Yeah, that's not... Well, I was gonna say, if I can... You think your favorite boss is in it. Which boss is that? Yes, Sif, the giant wolf. She is in this one. I've already beaten her at this point, though. So yeah, doesn't look like I can actually... Maybe if I took the crossbow off. How much does the heavy crossbow weigh? It weighs 5. So, well, no, because Carl's build is all about crossbow plus claymore. So...
They failed. Every last one of them. They were strong, but so not the truth. I am certain that
yes, Sif is great, and I always feel terrible when I kill her. What you may or may not be aware is you can actually rescue her in the DLC because it takes place in the past, and summon her for the final boss of the DLC. So you can fight with Sif, and it's kind of amazing. She's not quite as big as she is when she's a boss that you have to fight, but when she's fighting with you, she's still bigger than you are. And it's pretty great. I'm going to offer you those 10 humanity I burned, because that's going to rank up the Covenant and get me the Red Eye Orb. Okay, perfect. So before we go ahead and do the final boss, I think I'm going to take a little time and dick around in the forest. So we're going to get him take us back to the Kiln of the First Flame. So Kath has previously tried to... Yes, it is awesome. Kath has previously tried to get other people to become the Dark Lord. He tried it with the Four Kings. He tried it with the Abyss in Ulasil, but Manus went crazy. The Four Kings got their shit wrecked by Gwyn when the place was sealed up. So now, having kicked all of their respective asses, and we're going to offer these, open up the kiln. Yeah, because New Game Plus, I don't think the kiln is going to be. And the most interesting thing, and I didn't get to demonstrate it in this playthrough because of the way, the order in which I did things, if you go to the DLC, save Sif, and beat the boss with... Actually, I don't think you need to beat the boss with her. I think you just need to save her. But if you rescue Sif in the DLC before the boss fight with her, they actually added an extended intro to her boss fight where she recognizes you, and it's kind of heart-wrenching. Anyway, we're gonna warp to... we're just gonna go dick around with a little bit of PvP. And Artorias... it is kind of sad because when you find her in the Abyss, he left his Great Shield to protect her. So he left himself without defenses in order to protect his companion. And then you still have to kill her. You can't beat the game without it, and it's kind of makes me feel bad. Okay, so... put on my Red Eye Orb here. Gonna burn another humanity. And yeah, so we're I'm gonna go do a little bit of PvP just for funsies, see how this build actually handles against other people, and then we'll go kill the final boss. We'll do a few fights, see how it goes. And people are still ringing that bell. Oh, let me just make sure I don't have a password on here. No, okay. Because, when was the last time you and I did our co-op stuff, Shadowkick? Because it has been a while. Shadowkick and I were doing a co-op run of this game with all of the magic, was our plan. I was playing a sorcery and miracle build, which I took inspiration from the D&D Mystic Thurge. Both because I thought it would be silly and amusing, but also because I wanted to get both magic achievements in one run. And that's kind of the other reason why I wanted to do the Soul Level 1 playthrough, because you have to start as a Pyromancer, and Pyromancy is essential to succeeding in a Soul Level 1 run, so I can use that to knock out the Get All Pyromancies achievement. Oh, right, I have to restore my humanity. So since we made good time to Bed of Chaos and to Nido, I'm going to take the time and just dick around a little. See if this build actually does any good. Oh, right, I already had it here. Yeah, and the forest, I've said before, is a hot spot. Oh, fuck. I should have stayed near the... Yeah, before that fight even goes, I'm gonna get pulled into the other world. So I guess we'll... Oh. Okay, hang on. And I walked right into a gang squad. Yeah, so situations like that, if you invade a group of like 3 people, you're not gonna win, because one of them will backstab you. How did I do my equipment setup? Did I go for... I went for the poise, rather than the extra... And it's still only 61, though. So I'd have to get a lot more. I'd have to get quite a few more levels for this to work, actually. How many more could I get for 125? I could get up to 63. But that still might not be enough for giant gauntlets. It might be enough for some better gauntlets, actually. So that's got 28 defense and 0 poise. What about Elite Knight? What do they weigh? And Giant's the ideal there. Hard leather. What do they offer for poise? Nothing. Leather gloves offer 5 poise. Okay. Knight is 6. Elite Knight is also 6. So I can probably put those on and still fast roll. Yeah. So that puts me at 67, which is not the ideal, but whatever. So that first invasion did not go super well. I just immediately ran into a gang squad. So let's try another one. Oh, I actually caught someone who's on their way to the boss. Oh no, same person. Except I got summoned all the way over here. Huh. And they killed another dark spirit. So I invaded the same friggin' person. So that's funny. Let's see, where are they? Running around on the far side. I wonder if they're actually trying to get to the boss. Or if they're just baiting people in. Because there was another dark spirit here a second ago. Oh, let's see. Oh, there it is. But apparently I got souls for them killing that other invader, so... So let's see what they're up to here. There's 3 of them running around there. I got the drop on you this time, suckers. I don't know who they're... Okay, I really don't like when they backstab you while you're in the middle of a dodge roll animation. That's kind of bullshit. The hitboxes in this one are kind of fucked up, particularly when it comes to backstabs. Well, yeah, because even though I was in the middle of my invulnerability frames, I still got... I didn't even switch back to my Estus. Oh, well. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Okay. Well, it's fine to call that PvP, but it's... Well, anything goes in the forest, as you told me before. The forest, there are no rules. So if they're using the dried fingers, then that probably means I might just keep invading them over and over again. Or I might find somebody else. It depends upon how active it is. Probably gonna be the same guy again. Okay, we're at the top of the stairs. Yep. Yeah, I know. Good luck, buddy. Oh, and of course. Good luck, buddy. Alright. Well, if we keep getting the same people, there's not really much point in continuing on with this. What I am... Alright, we're gonna try one more. But we're probably gonna get the same people again. Well, that time I didn't really have the opportunity because they were already right on top of me at the entrance. Somebody came in, but they were already on top of me in the process. Oh, hey, I'm not getting the same person by the looks of it. Because it's searching for somebody else. Yeah, and I've noticed that Wrath of the Gods seems to be popular for the knockback and damage in PvP. But like I've said before, I hate cookie cutter metas, and the Quelaag Fury Sword, or curved swords in general, seem to be the meta right now, and everybody's using them. Zerg me more. Okay. So let's find him. He's over there. Hey. Oh, sorry. Are we going dual mode? Or is it a free-for-all? What are we doing? What are we doing? Why aren't you... What the hell was actually hitting me? Yes. Now I liked the Silver Knight Spear build that I did on my PS4 for Invasions. I was actually having a lot of success with it. Yeah, sorry about that, pal. Boom. Oh, switching weapons. Interesting. Oh, but no fast roll. Booyah! I won! And somebody destroyed the target. Cool. Victory achieved. Yeah, more like a slaughtering ground than a well, to be fair, the forest is not really where you go for duels, like 1v1 invasions, bring the person in. Did he? I wasn't paying attention. But that's fine. I still won. I beat the guy I was fighting. Oh, you were the Blue Phantom. Alright. Well, I have already killed Sif, so you unfortunately won't be able to invade me. But I can invade other people and be a dick. That's impressive, though, that you managed to be the Blue Phantom on stream. Well, you did it. You managed to invade me once earlier in this game. It was in Sen's Fortress, wasn't it? Where I asked you just to not do it, at least until I'd tagged the bonfire. Yeah, you managed to catch me off guard. All right, here we go. Watch it be Rowlet again. Dark Spirit Callie has invaded Pyro Allegria. Oh no, that was somebody who was invading earlier. Oh, and I see a blue spirit. We'll follow them. And this is something I kind of wish the first game had brought from Dark Souls 3, is the Seed of a Giant Tree, where you can... Oh, hey, there's... Wait a minute. Didn't this person invade me in the catacombs? Or no, they're just wearing the same armor. Ow. Okay. Yeah, that's not cool there, buddy. Yeah. Not a big fan of the... Oh, maybe I'll still get credit for that. Oh, I still got some souls out of it. Ha ha ha! Thank you, Blue Spirit person. Yeah, that's what I keep saying, is everyone is using the Fury Sword, and I hate that nobody is coming up with their own builds or trying their own things. I tried my Lucerne build. It unfortunately didn't actually end up working too well. The spear build worked better, but I hate when everyone uses exactly the same weapon, and there's no variety, there's no interest. It's just, oh, this is the best thing, so I'm going to use it because everyone else is using it. That's kind of why I fell out of certain collectible card games as well. It's because it was always the exact same decks, doing the exact same strategies. And then when I tried to use my favorite archetype, they were a good archetype, but they weren't keeping up anymore. Oh hey, we already beat this person. So we will be a little more respectful this time. Alright, so they're eating that. Okay. Oh, are they also using a claymore? They are also using a claymore. I gotta be careful of that. Woo! Got it. A toast to you. Yay! Well, see, and that's my point exactly. Nobody wants to come up with their own build or try other weapons or find something like. They want to use the one that they think is gonna win, because it stops being about fun at that point. And maybe it's fun for them to just win all the time, but I don't know. I think of it that maybe I'm the weird one for being like, no, I want to fight and challenge and try different things. Because for some people, winning is everything, and yeah, there is. I can understand that to an extent, and I certainly have. Oh, we got. Oh, Rowlet, but I have the pyro with me. Yeah, so I've got killed by this guy, but now we're gonna team up and 3v3 now, fuckers. Oh. Oh, there's my backstab for the day. See, now this is a proper forest, bro. We're just all over everybody here. Oh, we're both getting backstabbed here. Quit that. Oh. Damn it. Yeah, and I would agree. There's a lot of weapons out there that are fun or different or interesting. Like, my favorite, because I used it in Dark Souls 3, was the Lucerne, and I built my PvP character in the remaster to use it, even though it did fight a little bit differently, and it unfortunately didn't work as well as it did in Dark Souls 3, but I'm still glad that I tried it out. And Shadow Kick, you even told me the combo I do with it is scary. Alright, we are going to do one more. We'll do one more, and because it seems like we're getting a lot of the same people, so we're going to do one more, and then we're going to head off to the Kiln of the First Flame, because it might take me a few attempts to beat Gwyn without Solaire to help. Ragnar has invaded. Legria has invaded. So a lot of the same, and we're in Rowlet's town again. So once more, let's see if we can actually. Come on, dude. Yeah, and that's another one that's like, stop having fun. Is when they're. If I can, yeah, ha 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 ha! Fuck you. Yeah, it's where they keep going for the cheap backstabs, and they don't. But I fucking got one of them, so I'm gonna call that a victory. Yeah, the backstabbing hitboxes are unfortunately... the whip... Yeah, the Threaded Cane, that's what it was. That one's cool. I always start off with that one if I'm doing a skill-based playthrough. And that is definitely one thing that is really good about Bloodborne is the uniqueness of the weapons, because there's a lot less weapon variety, but each one has its own moveset. There aren't like weapon types. Each one is a different weapon. It has a different move pool. It has a different transformed state. One of the most fun runs that I ever did in Bloodborne was... can I just go straight to the Kiln of the First Flame? No, I can't. Okay, so I can warp from there, but I'm going to have to drop down. Is I did a Blood Tinge build where I got really good at parrying with the pistol, and I used the Blood Katana thing. What was it called? You know what? I actually can't remember what it was called. But that was one of the most fun builds I ever did in Bloodborne. And again, you know, I enjoyed it because it was trying something new, something fun. Yeah, and that's kind of the thing about Bloodborne is all of the different weapons, every single one of them, I think I'm repeating myself now, but every single one of them functions differently, and the weapon is your build. And, you know, some of them scale differently off of, you know, stats the same way, but it's because each one is so unique, it's worth your time to go back and play through all of them. Whereas, say, in Dark Souls, if you fight with the Halberd, you're virtually going to have the same stats as if you fight with the Lucerne, or... Well, the Great Scythe is actually quite a bit different, even though it's classified as a Halberd, but anyways, that's my point. Alright, so, let's see how well we can do against New Game plus Gwyn without any support. Whee! Splat. Nah, not really. Alright, Carl. Yay, and Carl's no longer beef jerky. Guess we'll see if we get... so we'll rest here, so that we come back here on subsequent deaths. Let's see if... I wonder if people are actually invading on New Game Plus here in the Kiln. Because they do it a lot in New Game. Again, largely because they're griefers. And... maybe it's fun for them. I don't see it as being all that fun. Well, sorry, I don't see it as being all that fun to just kill people who don't have the ability to fight back. My build that I PvP with at low levels in Anor Londo on PS4 is a strong build, and I invade people with it. But, you know, I invade... I'm not using it as... it's not a cheese build. It's not one that's just like, I kill you in one shot and you can't do anything. It's, let's actually have a fight. Nice chest hair. Yeah, Carl is fucking beefy. I mean, look at him. And this is part of why the motto for this playthrough became, Carl needs no shirt, Carl needs no shield. Because he is fat ripped, and... when he's not beef jerky, he does like showing it off. Excuse me. But I guess the way that I reason it is I like to fight and challenge and duel, as opposed to just slaughtering people knowing that it's going to piss them off, and that makes me happy. Because I can understand to a certain extent the elements of Schadenfreude. It's just like, haha, they're having a bad time, so I feel better about myself. But that's not really how I tend to feel when I'm playing this game in particular. Is if I'm going to invade someone, I'm not going to do it as a cheese build to just be like, haha, you died. You know, I want to fight them and see if my skill measures up to theirs or what. Okay, and off you go. Or not. There he goes. Bye. Yeah, and because I didn't do Solaire's questline, his summon sent's not going to be here. And I don't have a shield to... also a master of proctology. Carl, You know, I kept making jokes earlier in this playthrough about the female NPCs being into Carl, especially the undead merchant, the female undead merchant in the burg. She complimented Carl a few times, and I was just like, yeah, it's totally the Carl bot. But yeah, when it comes to Dark Souls, I feel that what I find enjoyment of in it is overcoming the challenges. And if I were to just kill people who couldn't fight back, yeah, I'd gain humanity and whatever other else you get for successfully killing someone, souls and whatever. But it would feel empty, hollow. It would not feel like a sense of accomplishment to me. And like I said, other people feel differently. They're entitled to feel that way. I just don't agree with it. And I was hoping for it back. There's the back step. Boom. Done. Alright. So. Barehanded parries, or standing back and plinking him with the cross. Oh, hey, I can summon someone. But where's the fun in that? CRN cosplayer with Gwyn's... You know what? You're using Gwyn's own greatsword. I kind of am greatly amused by that, so... And it's super, super hard to find people to summon you in New Game Plus, so this is probably going to make it a joke. But the fact that she's doing the cosplay and wielding Gwyn's own sword just amuses me. So this might not end up taking all that long at all. Oh shit! I can actually stop him, well, delay his initial attack by making him dodge the crossbow bolt. And I wasn't even locked on, he just sidestepped it anyways. I think he's got good fire resistance, so I'm probably not doing a lot of damage with this. Okay, she got interrupted. This, yeah, like I mentioned before, Gwyn is very good at punishing you for trying to heal. But I think he was attacking and backstepping at the same time there because I was pegging with the crossbow, so... Okay, so this isn't quite as much of a curb stomp as when Solaire and I did it. But Solaire is kind of fearless. Okay, that did a reasonable amount of damage to him. And it left the lava spots. Alright, so this has actually not been a bad fight or a curb stomp. Whoa! Almost feel kind of bad that I didn't do this by myself. But then again, I might have won on the first try by myself, too. But I just saw somebody, you know, there, and I'm like, how long have you been waiting for somebody to try and summon you? Whoa. Yeah, she's taken way more damage from him than I am. It was more the fact that she was actually equipped with Gwyn's own sword that really amused me. Whoa! Hey, that was not very nice. Alright, well this has actually turned into a pretty, I don't know. Well, she did do decent damage to him with the pyromancy, and he was taking damage from the lava. Whoa. I got you, other person. I think part of the problem is he's trying to avoid one person, and his AI is focused on them. Boom. Alright. Cheers. But, yeah, I probably would have had to do multiple attempts if I'd done it by myself. So there's the Link the Fire option, but we're going to not do that. Because we saw in New Game that linking the first fire causes you to explode and burn to death. And that succeeding Lord Gwyn, there we go. Step back out of the kiln and are greeted.
My lord, bless thy safe return. Let Karth and Framt serve your highness. We are here to serve your highness. Let true dark be cast upon the world. Our Lord hath returned.
So yeah, I mentioned before that it is kind of... oh, I guess I hadn't gotten that ending on the remaster yet. Cool. Achievement. So I mentioned before, you know, everyone tells you in the first playthrough that linking the fire will cast away the dark. And if you go into the DLC and see the Abyss and see Manish, you kind of get the feeling that the Abyss is nasty stuff. But then, you know, you meet Kath and he tells you that the dark is where humanity came from. And whatever, you can take that or take that however you want. But the main thing... all will respect the... yeah, it really zoomed in on the chest hair when we were going in on that. It's Carl, man. Carl needs no shirt. Carl needs no shield. But that ended up working out pretty well. So, like I said, linking the fire versus the Dark Lord ending, it's not exactly easy to say one is a good ending versus a bad ending, because in one ending, you supposedly save the world, but you burn to death in the process and become an empty, hollow shell of a person. In the other ending, you survive, and the world hasn't actually gone anywhere. You get to rule. It is a world that has no sun, it is a world that has no fire, it's all darkness, but you are still alive and you get to rule that world. So the world is still there. So it's harder to quantify it as a good ending versus a bad ending. I feel it's more like a case of selfish versus selfless. It's selfish for, perhaps, for you to become the Dark Lord and say, yes, I've proven that I've beaten all of the other, you know, ancient lords. I'm better than they were. I've done my duties and proven that I'm the strongest and can rule the world because I'm that powerful. Whereas, yeah, and that's exactly my point. You can't really call it a good or a bad ending, because if you consider the linking the fire ending to be a good ending, so many NPCs lied to you about what was going to happen when you linked the fire and succeeded Lord Gwyn. Because Lord Gwyn got burnt to a crisp and was a hollow shell of the person he was at the beginning of the Age of Fire. And presumably that's what happens to you when you link the fire as well. You end up a hollow shell of your former self. Whereas in the Dark Lord ending, you get to keep all of your power and rule the world. So, but, you know, it doesn't go into a lot of detail about what kind of rule you are. It just calls you a Dark Lord because you are the Lord of the Age of Darkness. It doesn't say you're going to be a malevolent Lord, just a Dark Lord. And, you know, usually we have the pretty standard light is good, dark is bad, but the game itself is called Dark Souls, and the humanity that you've been using throughout the game to power yourself and keep yourself sane is a fragment of the Dark Soul, given by the Furtive Pygmy, who found the original Dark Soul and split it up to basically father humanity as a species separate from the race of lords that Gwyn and Izalith and Nito belonged to in the age before. So it's not necessarily, the Dark Lord ending is not necessarily a bad ending so much as it is a selfish ending. And it's like, I am not going to sacrifice my life, I'm gonna take this dark, sunless world and rule it for me. Whereas in the Link the Fire ending, you sacrifice your life, you burn up in the kiln of the first flame, the fire, yeah. So you can and that's the thing, and that's why Kath said it was kind of against the flow of nature, because eventually fire fades, lights go out, even, you know, umpteen billion years from now, even the stars, even, you know, the sun's gonna go out or explode or whatever. I'm not an astrophysicist, I don't know exactly how that works, but... So eventually everything dies, including light and fire. And that's kind of where the duality comes from. And the whole point of the game is about disparity. It's about light or dark, life and death. But it doesn't claim that one is better than the other, simply that it's part of a cycle and it's natural. So Gwyn prolonging the Age of Fire was the unnatural thing because eventually the fire would have faded whether he did something or not. And now he needs other people to continue his cycle of fire, the Age of Fire, after he has sacrificed himself, because the fire continues to fade, even after it's rekindled. And this actually, that's a spoiler for Dark Souls 3, I'm not gonna go into that. But I'll just say that by the time of Dark Souls 3, you can kind of see the impact of what happens if the cycle keeps going over and over and over again. So we got about 25 minutes left of my normal stream schedule. So let's just goof around on New Game Plus 2. Let's see what happens. Let's see where we get to. Or maybe I should just stop for now and call it a day, because well, like I said, this was going to be the finale either way. It just kind of ended a little earlier than I was expecting. It might have taken longer if I had fought Gwyn without the support. But oh well. So here comes Mr. Fatass. Boom. Yeah. And in any New Game Plus cycle, the first chunks of the game are always easier. First and foremost, because you got your weapons back. Or, well, you have your weapons from the start. You don't have to run through the asylum to pick them up. Achoo! So maybe instead, I will show you a little bit of what I've been practicing for speedrun purposes. Now, normally, walking through that fog gate is where I go to equip my stuff for the first time.
Regrettably.
Oh, that's right. Carl doesn't have a master key, so I can't even do any of that, so never mind. That's not going to happen. Yeah, so you say nothing good happens. It kind of depends upon what you consider to be good, and I'll send you a private message later if you don't mind the slight spoiler, because I know you aren't as into this series. Now, Shadowcake has said he will castrate me if I spoil anything of Dark Souls 3, because he hasn't gotten to play it yet, but I can message you later and tell you. So we're taking a ride to Lordran. Whee! Okay, yeah, you want me to tell you? Okay, I'll tell you. And bird drop. Oh, that's right, I did put on different gloves. Oh, that's right, I've got souls I can spend. I can level up. Yay! So, yeah, you'll, well, Panda, since, I don't think you, well, you said you liked Sif, but I think you said you hadn't played this for yourself yet, so you can actually see a bit of the early game, although I'm gonna make it look like a joke because I have, endgame gear. Although this is New Game Plus 2, so it's gonna start getting more challenging, but the early game, in New Game Plus is always considerably easier, just because you're so decked out in late game gear. And then about halfway through the game is where the challenge starts to really ramp up. Yeah, and you still don't get any better soul items, so I don't know why I bothered picking that up. Stupid rat. But yeah, even with the extra HP, a lot of the early game enemies still have really low defenses, so you can beat the ever-living crap out of them. So yeah, we'll just play around for a bit, and then but Carl's adventure has now officially concluded. What can go up to? I believe New Game Plus 7 is the highest, or at least the point, because you can continue into New Game Plus more than 7, but 7 is the point where it stops going higher. And I still haven't actually decided what build I'm going to do for a character to go all the way to New Game Plus 7. I might, if I eventually reach that point, stream it, just to kind of say, here's me doing the game at its most difficult. If I ever reach that point. But like I said, Carl's adventure has now concluded. He's gotten both ending. He became the Dark Lord. The Dark Lord of manly chest hair. That is what Carl is the Dark Lord of. There we go. Oh, and I like the reflection off of that wet spot, too. And because I haven't actually done it before, I'm gonna fight this guy.
Gone mad, have you? Why me? Little Julia.
Yeah, and if you kill that guy, you can steal his sword, which is a pretty sweet katana. But yeah, if I eventually get a character up to New Game Plus 6, I may actually, or New Game Plus 7, I might stream that and just say, here's the game at its most difficult. Because I've now streamed both endings. I'm gonna do a Soul Level 1 run. So yeah, maybe that'll be sometime in the future. Because like I said, the Soul Level 1 run is up next, largely because I do not feel that I have gotten I am nowhere near ready for an on-camera speed run. Because the first one that I did, it took me almost an hour just to get to Quelaag, and while trying to do the fast paths, which is funny because when I was doing New Game Plus as Carl, I was successfully able to, in the course of 1 hour, beat all of the bosses up to the Bell Gargoyles without skipping any, and then beat my way through the Depths and Blight Town to get to Quelaag, and I did that in an hour, so that gives you a comparative idea of where my relative speedrunning skill is at. There were parts of my speedrun attempt. So basically what that amounts to is that my actual speedrun comparatively was only 8 minutes faster than my not skipping everything run, because I hadn't learned all the tricks and I hadn't gotten the practice in, so it was pretty pathetic. So I'm gonna keep practicing that. and while I go through the game, doing the level 1 run. May or may not be an all-boss soul level 1 run. I think I might want to do all bosses with it, just to kind of make it more interesting. I need to decide what I'm actually going to wear for it, because I know the weapon choice that I want. Because I did try it once before with Shadow Kick. I did try the. Lost my train of thought. I did try the level 1 run with Shadow Kick before. He put his shield up. What a dick. Boom. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna make the early game look a little bit like a joke, because I've been through it so many times. But the speedrun that I've been practicing skips this whole area entirely, and the area after it for the most part as well. You know what I'm gonna... Oh, no, I don't have the master key. I can't do that. Ah. Man, not having the master key in New Game Plus makes it a lot less fun, I will say. I originally didn't pick the master key because I was going for all bosses anyway, so I wasn't planning to skip any areas. So it didn't matter to me. But yeah, in the speedrun that I've been following, basically you skip this area and this boss fight entirely. And yeah, so once I've actually practiced that enough to feel I can actually do it, not just feel, but actually successfully do it inside of 2 hours, then I might feel comfortable getting on stream with it. But in the meantime, we're gonna switch to the soul level 1 run. Oh, god damn, that's always... It was impressive to see more than half of his health bar fly off at once. Now, of course, not so impressive seeing half of my health bar fly off at once. Boom. But yes, if you have the Prepare to Die edition and can get the reduced priced version of the remaster, I would say it's definitely worth it. If not, I would say you might want to wait for a price drop. Although, or maybe if you don't have a gaming PC, you can get it on PS4, because I also have it on PS4, and I've been using that to do my practice runs. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! I didn't quite. I almost had it that time. But yeah, a lot of the parts of the speedrun are really designed about making the late game go faster. And yes, the monster design in Dark Souls is definitely it's pretty top tier, particularly in the first one. Gaping Dragon, Seath the Scaleless, Chaos Witch Quelaag, those are definitely some of the best looking bosses in video games in general, and the Dark Souls series specifically. Bloodborne certainly has a lot of interesting visual design as well. The various abominations and beasts in Bloodborne are really visually interesting as well. There's a Hellkite. I wonder if I can actually take him. Probably not. I'm probably gonna get fried. But you know what? Let's end off this stream with Carl the fucking Dragon Slayer. And he's breathing fire that way. Alright, so what he does... nope, he's one-shotting me. I may need some fire resistance. Did I actually tag that bonfire, or am I gonna end up back at Firelink Shrine? Because I went through... Oh, no, I did. Okay. So, sure, let's make Carl the Dragon Slayer. And that'll be a fitting conclusion. The Moon Presence, yes. The Moon Presence is one of the great ones in Bloodborne. Actually, dragons are weak to lightning. Why don't I do this? because I have never actually managed to kill the Hellkite Drake on New Game Plus, let alone New Game Plus 2, so... where did my stuff go? Right there. I'm just gonna run out and grab that before I bait him down. Yeah, that would be the moon presence, I believe. Come here, Hellkite. Come on. There we go. Okay. So you gotta be... Oh, I didn't actually get hit by that. Okay, so now I want to duck down here to avoid the flyby. Now, did he go back up, or where did he end up here? Oh. Ow. Wow, that really fills up the screen. Ow. Oh shit, I'm not dead. I wasn't dead. Is there anything else I can... Yeah, because I got the fire resistance ring on. Well, maybe if I put on some fire resistant clothes. Or, I don't know. Hang on, let's see here. Because it's not the physical damage that I'm worried about, it's the fire damage. Let's see. Fire defense 44. Best one, I think. Yeah, so 49. I'm gonna put a skirt on, Carl. The manliest of accessories. Fire defense 12, 18, 30. Wow. Yeah, those black iron gauntlets. Damn, that's way more impressive than I thought. What about the black iron leggings then? How do they... No, they're not as good. Alright, so that's as much fire defense, and again, Carl needs no shirt. He's sporting the style. Yeah, that's the moon presence. And the moon presence will still show up if you kill Gehrman, but if you haven't eaten the umbilical cord, you don't get to fight it. Oh, I think I made the mistake. Nope, that's fine. This is still a safe spot. Okay, so we got on the best fire defense we can muster. What else are we wearing here? Okay. Yeah, and that's still a fast roll, so... best fire defense we can muster. Let's see if we can do this. Nope. I think that's just a one-shot no matter how tough you are, which is kind of stupid. More than kind of stupid, it is stupid. But yeah, if, I'm gonna keep trying. Because we got nothing better to do, really. Because Carl's adventure is over, this is just kind of bonus. Carl slays a dragon. Carl! Away! Yeah, it's if he does the one breathing down on you from on top, I don't think there's any way to actually... Ow. So, yeah, see, because that one, those ones do varying amounts of fire damage, but the one when he shoots down from top, no matter how much health you have, you just die. And it's stupid. And yes, you can actually kill it. You can also cut off its tail for the Drake Sword. But what most people do is they take a bow under the bridge and shoot its tail off to get the Drake Sword. It is possible to kill it. I have not done it ever on New Game Plus. I think I've only done it once in not New Game Plus. Yeah, that's going to be the insta-kill. No, it's not. Ow. Okay. Because he keeps jumping up every time I try to run at his stuff. Especially when I try to fucking heal. Come on, dude. Stop doing that. Just stay on the ground. Like I said, it's stupid. Ow. Yeah, that one was probably the insta-kill. And he does a lot of damage, yes, but the stupid thing is that even on top of that, he can also just decide that his fire breath is going to insta-kill you, and you really have no control over it. So it's pretty stupid. I've managed to kill him once, but it was not in New Game Plus. It was just in regular New Game, because I wanted to see that I could do it. But the main problem is that you can literally not survive the fire breath if he does the one that's not visually distinct in any capacity, but just the one that insta-kills you. Because the fire resistance is helping me not get killed by those other moves, but then he just does the one that says, well, you died because I said so. Which is stupid. Get your ass down here so I can take another shot at this. Come on. Oh, nerd. Whoa. Okay, so let's go down here for a second. Because what I haven't been doing is equipping my damage buff. I don't know how that hit me down here. Come on. I just put my buff on and you're gonna go back up there? No, his health pool is pretty big. It's probably bigger than a lot of bosses. No, that's not what I meant to do. Probably gonna wear off before he comes down again. It only lasts 60 seconds, I think. And that fire's not good for frame rate either. Yep, that's probably the... Yeah, that's the instant kill one. He decided he didn't want to play anymore. Alright, we're gonna take one more stab at this. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Like, it's just not a fair fight. He decides that the fight is over, and the fight is over. Period. There's no way to avoid it. Is that one time we had him on the bridge where I could hit him, but he just kept jumping up every time I got into a position to hit him. Yeah, and some Gravelord servants use this as a cheese. They put down the symbol and have people spawn on the bridge while the Hellkite is breathing fire on them to farm their Covenant item. Yeah, see? Insta-kill. Like, I don't understand why they put in a specific iteration of that attack that is an insta-kill. Like, there is literally, no matter how much health you have, you will just die. It's stupid that anybody, anywhere, would just have an insta-kill move in a game like this. Alright, last chance here. Because I can't stand in the stairwell beneath his fire breath and peg shots at him with the crossbow. I could maybe do it with a regular bow. But if you just stand there shooting his tail, he eventually regains that health. See, because he already does so much damage, he doesn't need an insta-kill. All the insta-kill does is serve for him to say, well, I decided that the fight's not going to continue, because fuck you. Okay, so we can actually heal now. Where'd he go? And all of his wind-up animations look exactly the fucking same. So you can't actually get close enough to hit him once you're in this situation. Yeah, and that's going to be an insta-kill. Well, that's the thing, because that's the thing. A lot of the bosses in the game have telegraphs, and that you can tell what move they're about to throw at you. And I can tell when he's doing the one that's going to insta-kill me. But beyond that, they all look exactly the same. The insta-kill one, he flaps up and breathes straight down, and you die. And unless you've actually gotten below the bridge again, there's nothing you can do. No matter how much health you have, no matter what iteration of New Game Plus you're on, you're just dead. And it's stupid. So, yeah, it does not look like Carl is going to get to be a Dragon Slayer. Because his adventure is already over. This was just supposed to be a little bonus thing, but this thing is not well designed, and I don't like it, and it's stupid. Okay, so that dive. I wonder if I can actually bait him. Is there? I'm sure there's a technique that actually works better for getting him into position to be attacked. I'm not sure who he actually killed with that. Then he just keeps breathing fire. Yeah, he doesn't have enough of an opening. And, like, when he already doesn't have openings like that, and he can do so much damage, the one-hit kill is just asinine. It's excessive. It's stupid. Because now he's just not going to stop breathing fire at me. And I'm not going to be able to go anywhere. Can I lock onto him? So I can lock onto him from here and shoot a crossbow. Crossbow to the... For getting locked on. But I did get locked on, so if I can keep pegging him with the crossbow, maybe we can actually get somewhere. Whoa. Until he decides to do whatever instant kill move. And if I tag the bonfire, I don't know if that'll actually affect... Well, I can't tag the bonfire while he's aggro to me, I don't think. No, I can. But that'd reset his health too, I think. Yeah, and see, that one almost one-shot me even when I have all this fire resistance, so... Yeah, the developers apologized for the bad design of Bed of Chaos, but I don't recall them ever apologizing for this. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna happen. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh, I'm not. Can't see that. But yeah, we're not gonna win that fight. It's not gonna happen. It can't. It's literally impossible. Given what I know of the game, I don't know how to actually win a fight against this guy. It burned all my healing juice. He's just gonna keep breathing fire. It's gonna take forever. No, if you're not in the line of effect, the insta-kill won't work. But the problem is, I keep trying to go out and shoot him, and he just, you know, is constantly streaming fire. It's not constant, but yeah, see, it's near enough that I can't, until he actually stops doing it, I can't go out and peg him with the crossbow. Like, he has to actually stop breathing fire entirely. Or, there's not enough of a gap in it. So if I were to step out there when he pauses, briefly... Yeah, see, now I can get out here and take a couple of shots. But I don't know if this is actually gonna be able to kill him. Because it's just constant now. Yeah, his neck movements are a little different. Maybe that's the difference between the insta-kill and the not. With the insta-kill one, he always goes up first, rather than shooting across the bridge. Because I wasn't actually counting. I don't know how many times he does that fire breath before he actually pauses to the point where I can go out and take shots at him. And I can't see his health bar well enough to know if this damage is actually enough for it to be reasonable. But he does it so many times, and there's so little window. And he's just not stopping. Was that like 10 times he did that? Yeah, I can see the tiny, tiny little slivers of coming off his health bar. But because it's not occupying the bottom part of the screen, I can't really tell significantly. And I think if you try to kill him just by shooting the tail, he actually regens his health. So, I'm sure there's a technique, I'm sure there's a method, I don't know what it is. I just know, well, there was less of them that time. Lucky shot on, lucky roll on that one. And that's the other thing, no amount of poise saves you from getting knocked back by his breath either. 6. 7. 8. 9. Let's see. Nope, still going. I don't think I can. I think I'm gonna run out of ammo before he runs out of health. And he's also, you know, not stopping again. And every time I have to roll into the corner, I lose my lock on, so I have to re-click it. Maybe his health only comes back when he's perched up on the roof. Because it's not consistently 10. He's just breathing until he decides to stop. Now I'm only getting 3 in at a time. Yeah, that one was decidedly more intense. Huh? I gotta get my health back here. Nope. Anywhere from 5 to 15. Yeah, that's... I think the one time he only did like 3. And I'm not sure what the conditions are under which his health regens. Because it might be only when he's perched up on the roof, but he might also be getting health back right now when he's breathing fire on me. Or maybe not. That health bar is hard to read. Yeah, the one time he let me shoot him like 16 times. Yeah, there is always room for error. Well, tell you what, next if the dragon dies or I die, then we'll be done. Yeah, that was the particular. I think that one was the one-shot kill, because it seemed more intense. It's probably making the stream super choppy, all that fire. So I cannot tell where his health bar is at. I think he's actually regenning the damage that I'm doing to him like this. Because his health bar does not look any smaller than it was the last time I popped out. This was just kind of a bonus round. And we've gone on longer than the stream was supposed to. So, if I die, then that's it. You can stop breathing anytime now, buddy. super hard to tell if he's actually recovering health or not. His bar is so vague and hard to see from here. I don't have any more of the damage buff, so getting back into melee range isn't going to do me any good. Probably doesn't help that my crossbow is fire elemental, so it's only the fact that I'm using lightning bolts that it's doing any damage at all. No, maybe it is actually going down. It's staying down. That sure would be nice. Because, I mean, with how stupid this enemy is, I really don't have to feel bad about cheesing it, because it's a cheat in and of itself. Bombs aren't going to do anything. The bombs would be all fire damage. I suppose if I run out of lightning bolts, I just run up and see if he's low enough health for me to chop his legs off. But I highly doubt that that will actually work. Yeah, let's get ready for 15 more minutes of this. Just sitting here, getting breathed on. Get yourself a frickin' lozenge there, buddy. His bombs are explicitly fire bombs. There's magic and lightning elemental bombs in later games, but not in this one. And I never know when he's actually gonna stop, too. That's when the fire isn't still covering his muzzle, I guess. Well, thanks for sticking with me through this stupid bonus round thing that I decided to try. He just will not stop. Anytime now, buddy. Anytime. And I think his health is coming back. Maybe it's not. It's so hard to tell. Yeah. It's kind of intense, but at the same time, it's boring because it's not like an actual challenge. It's just either I insta die or I keep poking him until he dies. Ow. Okay. Yeah, and I guess having more soft humanity does increase my fire resistance as well, a little bit. But the insta-kill is still an insta-kill, so it makes zero difference. Or maybe not. Maybe the insta-kill has a set damage value that if you have 99 soft humanity, you won't die to it or something. I don't know. Oh. That was really close. If you have a high poise, he'll insta-kill you anyways. So he does more damage? Oh shit, now I missed my window there. I'm only gonna get 2 shots here. No, I got 3. So higher poise actually makes him do more damage? That's weird. Okay, it looks like the damage is actually sticking, though, so. His health bar is definitely starting to dwindle, so the difference is now noticeable enough that, yeah, I might just do this. Ah. Yeah, because there'd be multiple damage ticks in the fire. Well, we're down to my last 2 lightning bolts, so guess we'll see how this goes. And if my heavy bolts can actually do any reasonable amount of damage to him. Well, as long as you guys are having fun watching me not burn to death. But hey, it looks like I might actually win. Or I might have a chance. If my non-lightning bolts can actually damage him with the fire-endowed weapon. Because I certainly am not at the point where I can run, like, unless I get that opening where he stops breathing fire at all, but that's just going to make him do the insta-kill move. The one that, even if you're not taking multiple damage ticks from it, takes you from full health to nothing. And like I said, maybe there's a technique or a number of soft humanity you can have that it no longer insta-kills you, but I don't know what it is. Which? Oh. So... Ha-ha! Fuck you! Fuck you! Carl, the Dragon Slayer! We did it! Oh my god. And on this on the he was just about to start breathing again. Oh boy. Yes! Woo! Yay! Everybody's excited. Yay. And with that, Dark Lord Carl is the Dragon Slayer. And the Hellkite Drake, if you killed him, he will not actually respawn. So yeah, we did it! We stuck it out and we got him. I am completely out of lightning crossbow bolts, but you know what? I'm gonna say that was worth it, because we did it. Hooray! Yay! But anyways, this will be the end of Carl's adventure, so for the sake of properly saying goodbye, we're gonna get Carl's chest hair back on screen here. Yeah, see, and that's the thing. I would have liked to kill him in melee, but he just kept using the breath move that kills you in one shot no matter what. At least at this level of stuff. And because this is Carl, you can even see his happy trail in the skirt. Oh, that's pretty great. Alright, so, parting shot of Carl. We will catch you guys next time. We will catch you guys next time for the Soul Level 1 playthrough. This is Carl, signing out.